Evening all, it's We Love Betting here, and we've just had a look at the World Cup 2014 qualifiers with Nick Watts, but I'm now introducing a man definitely in his home territory, the Football League, the man, the Colossus, the genius, Mark O'Hare. 3 out of 3 last week. How did you feel when the treadmill? It's been a great feeling.
Yeah, it was obviously I tweeted about it at the time. I was on a stag do actually, so the profits went on Wolfsburg on the Sunday though, which failed miserably, so start again.
We got 3 out of 3 last week and 2 out of 3 the previous week, so he's in absolutely amazing form. Obviously it's a compressed programme this week due to the fact that internationals, just League 1 and League 2 fixtures. So keeping it simple this week, just 2 selections, which I like. Keep it simple and bet.
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
We start with League 1 then, shall we? I mean, when I saw the coupon first, I think I'll just admit, but I saw Swindon play Leyton Orient and I thought straight away Swindon wins to 0. We know what they're like at the county ground for grinding out wins, and wins to 0 as well, but I think after last week and Paolo Di Canio's latest outburst and goalkeeper gate, I'm keeping my money in my pocket for the moment because they're actually playing tonight against Oxford at Johnston's Paints. We're recording this on Wednesday, so I'd rather wait and see what happened there. If there is a fallout, if there isn't a fallout from last weekend before diving on that. So instead I've gone for Brentford against Colchester actually, over 2.5 goals. It's 19 to 20 with Sporting Bet, close to even money. And whenever I see an overs bet at near even money, I get excited. So I delved a little bit deeper here, and Brentford, their 4 league games so far, have produced 14 goals. Colchester's have produced 10. That's an average of 3.5 per game and 2.5 per game. So there's immediately something there to grab onto. Admittedly, Brentford's stats are slightly skewed because they won 5-1 away at Crewe. But don't let that put you off because 3 of their 4 games so far have won over 2.5 goals. And up front they've got Clayton Donaldson and Fatty El Algoui. Always get that name wrong. He played in the Scottish Leagues last year and he's come down here. Yes. And the 2 of them are striking up a fantastic partnership up front. You look at Colchester, they were thumped 4-0 by Tranmere, high-flying Tranmere we should say. Fair play to them last week. So there's a tendency, I looked at it sort of, should I back Brentford, should I not? Because I looked at Colchester and ground out draws at Portsmouth, Sheffield United and Preston. 2 of those, I think Preston and Sheffield United deserve credit, so I'm swaying away from there. 2 of their 4 games went over 2.5. And when you combine the 2 teams, out of their 8 games, they've only kept 2 clean sheets. And Nick Watts is always telling us about how bad defences often pay more for over 2.5 goals and goals bets than good attackers. But throw in the fact that Brentford have got those 2 up front. Throw in the fact that neither can really defend at the moment. Over 2.5 goals at 19 to 20 with Sporting Bet. Great value to me.
Yeah, you think Hovey could be Rosner's side can mount a promotion challenge?
I hope so, because I've put them up in the promotion anti-post preview. I've actually backed them as well. So.
Anyway, on to 4th tier, League 2. What caught your eye?
I looked around here, and Northampton Wimbledon was the one that stuck out. Northampton, amazingly, it's going to be their 5th home game this season already. We're in the first weekend of September. I looked at Northampton, and again, it's a team that are slightly close to my heart in betting terms because I've always seemed to put them up in We Love Betting videos and put them up in promotion as well. And I do like Aidy Boothall's team, but they've had a bit of a mix and match season so far, but not so at the Sixfields, their home ground, where I think they've been really encouraging. Go back to the start of the season, they beat Cardiff. Okay, it was a much changed Cardiff team in the League Cup, but they beat them. They also beat promotion favourites in League 2, Rotherham at home. They held Southend, a strong Southend team, to a 2-2 draw. Admittedly, they were beaten 3-1 by Wolves in the League Cup as well, but who's going to fault them for that? And then just last night, Tuesday night, they beat MK Dons 1-0 in the Johnston's Paints. So there's pedigree there. Before that game, Bothroyd said that was their 3rd game in six days, and Bothroyd said he was going to start resting a few players, battered, they're bruised, they're tired. He did, and they still beat their Dons side, which was pretty strong on paper. You look at Wimbledon though, and Wimbledon do start to worry me a little bit. Last year, I mean, fair play to Terry Burton, he kept the team up. They were looking a little bit ominous at times, they were defensively poor, but they ended up staying up fairly comfortably. It's not really going for them this year, especially away from home. Lost 5-1 at Bradford and stuffed 6-2 by Burton. I'll be opposing Burton all season long. There's always going to be goals in Burton games, but you don't expect it to be some of the team 6-2. And then, even more worryingly, their last 4 defeats, this is stretching back to last season as well, they've all been by 2 goals or more. That includes a 4-0 loss at Barnet and a 2-0 loss at Southend.
They lost 4-0 at Barnet?
Exactly. A little bit of credit to Wimbledon though, they did scrape a draw with Crawley when Crawley were wobbling at the end of last season. That's one I guess, glimmer of hope for them, but they did lose over half of their away games as well. So 7 to 10 Northampton to beat Wimbledon.
Get there,
It's
mate.
going to be my best bet from League Two.
So give us your two bets for the weekend.
Northampton to beat Wimbledon at 7-10 and over 2.5 goals in Brentford Colchester. And if you win at Brentford Colchester, there's a pub in every corner of the
That's
ground.
right,
So down one in each corner to celebrate.